So what I'm about to show you is probably one of the most incredible private residences you've ever seen. The interior pool room is out of this world. We had 2 water slides, 2 staircases, 2 hot tubs, and 2 parallel waterfalls with 1 giant one in the center. We had a beautiful swimming grotto that you would actually be able to exit the entire building out of. We had a small stream in there. We have this giant Olympic-sized swimming pool that was done both hand in hand by the owner itself and Betz Pool Company. We started off by actually doing a giant steel structure that we had to sub out because it was $130,000 for the steel work itself, and it was a lot heavier duty than what we're typically used for. We utilized that main steel structure, which was engineered to accommodate 70,000-pound hot tubs, and we did a 4-inch pad on top of the decking. We then built our grotto underneath and around. Almost all loaded up. It was over an hour and a half drive each way every single day. And typically on something like that, we would actually stay somewhere close by. But even though I can't say where this is, it was absolutely in the middle of nowhere and everywhere. Beautiful foggy morning. We made it. Reason number 1089 of why I love precast panels. Load them up, ship them out. We had some design challenges. They actually needed us to get our panel work in before they put a rooftop on the building itself. And while we were away, there was a giant windstorm that actually knocked the building down. So it was slightly delayed. Thankfully, everything worked out fine and they were able to get their beautiful home in the end. But of course not without a little bit of challenge here and there. Doesn't look like much, but those are water slides in the making. Progress is going well. We got our panels on the side. Got our other panels on this side going. We got our structural steel going up for the front panels. The hot tub is going right there. The grotto and the slides are off to a fantastic start. I think the clients are going to love what we're making. I'm really, really excited about making exactly what we envisioned come to reality. Is there anybody out there that's looking for a job? Because we are always hiring welders that are able to fit into small spaces. When we were first approached by this wonderful couple, they told us the concept that they were going to have their whole family living into this, almost like a family compound. So they're investing in the future of their kids and their grandkids to ensure that they had a spot. They wanted to have a resort in home. This actually struck home for me as I have a young family myself. I thought, how incredible if my brother and my niece and my parents and my wife, myself, and my child were ever able to actually create a family compound. So we really wanted to make sure that we nailed this one for this client. Now, I will say the worst part of this job was the slides. They were very, very difficult. We created tunnels, they were pretty steep, and there was very, very tight access for both of those slides. These slides, although a heck of a lot of fun to go down, not gonna lie, I've tested them myself multiple times. They were a pain for multiple reasons. First of which is building them. Doing that rebar cage on such a steep slope with small access on all sides meant very, very small window for air. For 2, after they were lathed and we were shooting them, we still had to actually be in the slide. So once we actually shot, there was a slip, I fell, my whole behind was completely ripped to shreds from that lathe, and it wasn't a joy. Another one of our team members also had a similar injury while we were polishing it. Part of the challenge was the fact that there were complete tunnels. We had to hide the underside and make sure that there was no ability to hit any of the steel around. And we are so close to being done all the fiber coat. Literally everything but just that tiny little vent area, and we're ready for finish.
Here we are, feeding the fish. So the indoor water park is Padraic's project, but I did have the pleasure to get to go and do some of the carving on that. What I love about carving for us and some of the finish work is that I always try to pick at least one section that I get to have a bit of fun with. So for me, that was the central waterfall. I loved how I was able to take the panels surrounding it and split it down the middle and have a really nice crevice. When we're doing finish coat compared to everybody else, you'll notice that a lot of different artists have signatures. There's lots of different people that like to do realism, there's lots of people that do abstract, and I prefer to go as much towards realism as possible. And if I'm successful, what I like to think is that nobody knew I was there. So you'll see me working on my blending a lot, you'll see me pick it up on the different lines that the panels are giving us, and that's really what it's all about. Just trying to blend it away, make your eye glaze over the area that I carved, and never see it if I'm lucky. And that's all I have to say.
Finally getting a floor. I believe there's 27 pumps for this feature. And then between all the jets and different forms for these custom hot tubs, you wouldn't believe how complicated that looked. Carving wood in a rock-filled project is always a nice break. It almost resets those creative juices where you get to do something completely different. Carving on the wood requires a totally different technique and style. Stamp work, carving work, coloring, everything. I've met plenty of artists that are incredible at carving wood but couldn't touch rock, and vice versa. I would consider us up there, and Sean and I have so much fun, and we teach each other and we learn every single project. I absolutely love doing it and have a blast. Another thing to note is these railings. I really love the look and design of these. Actually inspired by a project that we did before at the Lamplighter Inn, where we had these beautiful faux wooden carved posts, and then we used a very heavy-duty 1.5 inch rope to tie them together, and then we put these nice clips on all the ends so that you could actually remove in case you ever had water damage or maintenance to do for these. When we're carving, it's one of the most relaxing, enjoyable parts of the project. Yes, do we have something at stake? Of course. This is the final phase. This is what we've been working for this entire time. It's very, very important. But it's also the most zen part of the entire project. This is when we get to hone our craft. This is the accumulation of all the hard work, all the steel work, all the bending, all the laths, all the millions of cuts from lathing. And we finally get to just take a minute, relax, gets to be quiet. There is no rock artist that doesn't enjoy finish coat more than all the other phases combined. This is why we're in the business. This is what we get to do. This is what we love to do. And this is the thing that's ever evolving, that there is no way that my style and my capabilities are the same as last year or the year before. Every year and every project is the best that we absolutely can be and will be. And every project we evolve. Honestly, the whole project turned out great. We had a lot of fun The crew and I played games. We made sure to keep it light and active. There's so much to talk about this project because it was so involved. It was pretty complicated, but at the same time, it was just an absolute joy because as soon as you get to work for incredible people and an incredible family, everything becomes a little bit easier.
It's been a dream come true to wake up every morning to this beautiful work of art. Rockscapes of Canada Inc. has done such an amazing job with creating this mountain for our family. Another big thank you to Betz Pools for the 2 hot tubs up inside the mountain and the awesome pool below. Outstanding job, and we highly recommend both of these guys.
It was a wonderful project for a wonderful family, and I hope you take the time to like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Also, if you're interested in the ponds and fountain builds that you've seen on this channel, we're actually moving that type of content over to our other channel called Aquahaven, waterfalls, kois, and ponds. And what we're doing is every other week, we are now going to release an artificial rock project on this channel, and every other week, flipped, is going to be a video on the Aquahaven channel. So I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. We'd love to hear from you.